Okay, let's dive into something really unexpected today. Picture this. You're a single mom, just, trying to keep everything afloat, running an old family inn. And then your son, your 10-year-old, brings home a pet he found. Sounds simple enough.
Yeah, sounds pretty normal until you realize this isn't like a stray kitten or something.
Exactly. This quote-unquote pet is a wolf pup, an injured wolf pup from the woods.
And right there, bam, the stakes just shoot through the roof. It's that immediate conflict, isn't it? The reality, the danger of a wolf.
Versus just wanting your kid to be happy, especially a kid who, well, hasn't seemed happy in a long time.
Yeah, and that core tension, that's just the beginning.
Yeah.
It's the entry point into this pretty wild story we're looking at.
All right, so for this deep dive, we're digging into a narrative transcript, basically a story script from a YouTube channel. We're treating it as our source material, our information about these characters and what happened.
And it's got everything. The struggling single mom, Quinn, her lonely son, Jeremy, the mysterious wolf pup.
Then there's a lost love who reappears with this massive secret. Hidden identities, family tragedy, a desperate magical wish.
And ultimately, a really surprising definition of what family can actually mean.
So our mission here is to unpack all these layers. We'll pull out the key details from the source, try to understand the motivations, the secrets, the sacrifices.
And see how this whole saga unfolds, really bringing it to life for you.
Okay, so let's start with Quinn. The source paints her as the single mom, putting everything into this old inn, her family's place in Pine Haven. It's clearly a struggle.
Definitely. The physical work, the financial stress, it's a lot. And adding to that is her son, Jeremy. He's 10.
And he's having a hard time. Quiet kid, struggling to make friends since they moved. Quinn's worry about him just jumps off the page,
Yeah, his quietness, his sort of resignation, it makes her ache to see him happy, which leads directly to Fangs.
Right. Jeremy finds this wolf pup in the woods, injured, brings him home. And the description is interesting.
It is. Suspiciously still, intelligent amber eyes, that distinctly pointed muzzle. Quinn knows immediately.
It's a wolf. She knows the danger. But then she sees Jeremy's face.
That first real smile in months.
Yeah.
And what do? Practicality versus that deep maternal pull.
Totally. And the source even gives these little hints early on, like Jeremy's sneaking food, whispering to his closet, like something's up.
Yeah, that mom radar Quinn has is definitely pinging. Even while she's juggling the inn, dealing with finances, leaning on her friend Meg.
And just when things seem maximally complicated, a guest checks in.
Mason Keane. And the source really builds this interest. Quinn feels this jolt of familiarity even before she properly sees him.
Then the description hits. Tall, broad shoulders, dark hair, expensive suit, those hands, and then their eyes lock.
Boom. Recognition. It's him.
Mason Keane, the love of her life from 10 years back, the one who just disappeared.
Her reaction is visceral, right?
Yeah.
Heart hammering, ears buzzing, shock, anger, all hitting at once.
Yeah, and the confrontation is so tense, all those unanswered questions bubbling up.
And Meg's just there, flirting away, totally oblivious. It adds this weird layer of awkwardness.
Until Mason drops the bombshell that he's widowed.
Which just throws Quinn completely. The anger is still there, the hurt, but now there's this unexpected wave of empathy. It's messy.
Super messy. And while all that drama is unfolding downstairs, something even stranger is happening upstairs.
Right. Jeremy's with Fangs in his room. The source says Fangs yelps, darts into the closet.
And suddenly out walks a little girl, clutching Jeremy's sweater.
I mean, Jeremy screams. What else would you do? Your pet wolf just turned into a person.
The girl introduces herself as Eva, about Jeremy's age, wild red hair like Fangs' fur freckles, and she just blurts it out.
I'm Fangs, she's a shifter. Part human, part wolf. But she's been stuck. Couldn't shift back.
And just like that, Jeremy gets this crash course in a hidden world. Eva explains about the pack, the Alpha.
Who turns out to be her dad, Mason.
Right, pack law, rogues. Jeremy's reaction is pure kid wonder. That's so cool. Can I be a shifter too?
It's amazing. And Eva's description of her dad, Mason, is fascinating. Strongest, fastest, the leader.
But also the dad who used to tell her bedtime stories. Though she gets, not lately. That little detail says so much.
It really does. It hints at the pressure he's under. And Eva reveals why she ran away. She was struggling with her shifting, felt her dad was disappointed. She broke pack law.
I felt like her best wasn't enough. You really feel for her.
But Jeremy, he's just impressed. You're super cool, he tells her. She shifts back to wolf form for him, seals the deal.
And she makes him promise not to tell Quinn. He agrees immediately. He's got a secret, a cool new friend.
And their bond starts right there. Sharing secrets, Eva loving simple things like the park, paper boats. Comparing it to her intense pack training, it's quite sweet, actually.
So downstairs, Quinn's dealing with the ghost of her past, who's also the alpha of a secret wolf pack. Upstairs, her son is best friends with his daughter, who is also a wolf. And Mason, he's not going anywhere, books a room indefinitely.
Yeah, and he doesn't just stay in his room. The source shows him becoming this presence at the inn, fixing things Quinn couldn't.
The coffee maker, the water heater, stuff she had terrible luck with, remember?
Right. He's handy. He joins her on walks. He's just flying her around. A lot.
And these simple everyday moments, they're dredging up powerful memories for Quinn, intimate stuff from 10 years ago.
It's not just physical proximity. It's that old connection sparking again in these mundane tasks.
So Quinn tries again, confronts him. Why are you really here? Pushes him about his past, that cult-like family, why he left her.
And he gives her fragments. His father's gone. He leads the family, the pack now. His daughter ran away, doesn't want to come home.
He also mentions seeing Jeremy defend Fangs. That bravery clearly stuck with him. It's a little window into Quinn's life, maybe?
Possibly. Then there's that moment with the compass. Jeremy's lost compass from his birth father. Mason helps find it.
And it leads to this conversation about their kids. Quinn sharing her worries about Jeremy's anxiety.
And Mason describing Eva. Fierce, independent, but also braver than I ever was. There's pride there, but sadness too. Shared vulnerability.
Which builds to that almost kiss. The tension is thick, the source really paints it, they lean in.
And Mason pulls back. Again. There are reasons. So frustrating for Quinn. More secrets, more walls.
But meanwhile, the kids have been watching. Jeremy and Eva see the sparks, the tension, and they decide to meddle.
Totally. Operation Parent Trap is launched. Brainstorming goofy ideas, trapped elevator, fake bear attack. Classic kid logic.
Their big break comes when they find Quinn's old art portfolio, hidden away.
Full of drawings, detailed drawings of Mason from 10 years ago.
Eva sees them and is like, see? Told you. She's totally crushing on him. Maybe her shifter senses picked up the lingering emotion in them.
Could be. And then Mason finds the drawings.
That's the turning point. The source describes this charged moment, him seeing this undeniable proof of her feelings. And he kisses her, finally.
And her reaction shatters, hands in his hair, all that pent-up emotion just released. So, the kiss. Success. Jeremy and Eva are thrilled. Operation Parent Trap was a total success.
And you see the aftermath, right? Quinn putting on lipstick to take out the trash. Mason changing shirts 3 times. They're acting like awkward teenagers. It's cute.
Yeah, but the story shifts gears quickly. Reality intrudes. Jeremy's getting bullied at school. Tommy Wilson breaks his glasses.
And the heartbreaking part, Jeremy doesn't tell Quinn. He sees she's finally happy and he doesn't want to ruin it.
Oh, that's tough. Which leads to the big confrontation at the schoolyard. Quinn, Mason, and Fangs Eva in wolf form go to pick Jeremy up.
And Fangs Eva immediately senses the bullies. Instinct takes over.
She defends Jeremy, attacks the bully as a wolf.
And Mason's reaction is terrifying. He uses this powerful command, Ava, stop now, and she freezes. He called her Ava.
He is furious,
Yeah.
terrified, because she used her powers on a human, violated pack law, exposed them, potentially.
The danger snaps him right back into fear mode. He grabs Eva wolf form, says this was a mistake, and just drives off.
Leaving Quinn and Jeremy completely stunned, heartbroken, and confused. Quinn heard him say, Ava, she knows something huge is going on.
And then the source gives us the full truth. Back at the pack house, Mason finally explains everything to Eva, why he's so scared.
It's the story of his brother, Elliot. Another shifter. Elliot killed a human who was attacking his human friend, Claire. He did it while shifted.
And the pack executed him for it, broke the cardinal rule, exposed their existence.
Mason became alpha after that tragedy. He's lived terrified of history repeating itself, terrified of his own nature, harming Quinn, a human he loved.
That's why he left her 10 years ago. That's why he ran now. He thought leaving was protecting them. It's this massive weight of trauma and responsibility.
Devastating. Meanwhile, back at the inn, Jeremy sees his mom falling apart again, crying at night. He feels responsible, needs to fix it.
And this intense need leads him somewhere impossible. Through his bathroom door, apparently.
Into this strange shop filled with bookshelves. A magic shop.
Where he meets Adrian. Tall, thin copper hair, glowing green eyes. A magician who grants wishes. And his assistant, Iris.
Adrian explains the deal. Wishes work, but they have consequences. They take what you value most.
And it's usually not money or stuff. It's abstract things. Hope, memories. Iris warns Jeremy off, senses the danger.
But Jeremy explains. Mason's a werewolf, mom's human. Mason thinks it's too dangerous. He wants them to be a family. He asks, basically, can we become werewolves too?
Adrian says, yes, it's possible. But the price, he actually tells Jeremy the price up front, which seems unusual for wish granters.
Yeah, the price is Jeremy's hope of ever meeting his birth father.
Wow, for a 10-year-old, that's huge. The abstract hope of a father he's never known versus the concrete family he wants right now. Quinn, Mason, Eva.
He makes the choice. He accepts. He wishes that he and his mom could safely become shifters, if they choose to, removing the danger Mason feared.
Adrian does the magic. The fundamental obstacle is just gone, changed by a wish.
Incredible. And then Eva comes back, sneaks back to the end to say a real goodbye to Quinn.
And in that moment, needing that connection, she shifts. Right there in front of Quinn. Human form, the secret's out.
Eva tells Quinn everything. Shifters, Mason being alpha, the whole tragic story of Elliot, why Mason really left all those years ago, his fear, and that he still loves her.
You can just picture Quinn processing this. Shock, confusion, impossibility. But then, slowly, understanding. Empathy for Mason's burden.
And right then, perfect timing, Mason and Jeremy show up at the door.
The four of them, together. The tension must be incredible. Mason holding Jeremy, Quinn with Eva, all the secrets hovering in the air.
Quinn looks straight at Mason. "Are you a shifter?" He confirms. Tries to explain again about the danger. "I didn't trust myself with you."
But Jeremy cuts in, proudly announces, "I fixed it," explains the wish he made with Adrian.
That they can become shifters safely now, and the price he paid giving up the hope of finding his birth father.
Quinn's first reaction, pure mom mode fury. "Jeremy Davis, you were in very big trouble, making magical deals without telling her."
Of course. But beneath the anger, beneath the chaos, Jeremy's wish actually worked. It created a possibility.
A path forward. A future where the danger isn't inherent. Quinn and Mason share this look. Amidst everything, there's hope.
And they decide, right then, unspoken maybe, to try to build this new, improbable family.
The story jumps ahead a year, and it shows them doing it, building that family. Jeremy and Mason bonding, Quinn and Eva bonding.
Jeremy and Eva are like real siblings now, apparently still plotting things together.
Mason and Quinn are working through the past, the fears, building trust, honesty. They even checked up on the magic wish, the source says, making sure it was okay.
They're embracing it. Jeremy's asking when he gets to shift. Eva's excited to teach him, and Quinn decides, yes, this is the future she wants to.
It culminates in their wedding, in the inn garden with the pack there, blending their worlds.
And then the final transformation. The ritual bite between Quinn and Mason forming the mate bond. Quinn becomes a wolf.
The source describes her senses exploding, that feeling of connection to Mason, becoming Luna, his mate.
And the story ends there, really. Them finding their place, defining family entirely on their own terms. Human, shifter, pack, together.
Wow, what a ride that deep dive was. From a simple rescue.
Right, to uncovering pack law, ancient secrets, deep trauma, literal magic reshaping reality. All for the sake of family.
It really says so much, doesn't it? About sacrifice, the weight of secrets, the courage to be who you are.
And maybe most powerfully, that idea that family isn't just one thing. It can be built, chosen, found in unexpected places, even across species lines, based on loyalty and love.
Absolutely. And that choice Jeremy made, sacrificing the hope of knowing his birth father for the certainty of the family he wanted right now.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? Yeah. What ties truly bind us? Is it blood? Is it choice? Shared experience? And what are we willing to give up? What sacrifices are okay in that fundamental human search for belonging, for happiness? Something definitely worth mulling over.